Okay, I'm going to be doing a research project for my Gender and Women's Studies class on asexuality. Not sure what my spin on it is yet, but I think I'll find that out when I look at more sources. So the first thing I'm going to do is use the library search engine because the sources have to be peer-reviewed, and I know I can find peer-reviewed sources on there because I've done it before. Just searching asexuality, seeing what that is. Turns up. And then go peer-reviewed texts. Okay. Seems like a lot of this is defining asexuality, which is not exactly what I want. That would be useful in some situations, so I might do one of those. Let's see. Well, there's the Journal of Sexuality, the Psychology and Sexuality, which I'm really interested in psychology, so that would be a good one to save. So I'm going to open it in another tab. So I'm going to open a couple ones and then look at them and then go back and probably do that a couple times. So, Archives of Sexual Behavior, Asexuality, Classification, and Characterization looks like it might be a good place to start, just to have a definition in my paper for asexuality so everybody knows what it is. So I'm going to open that. Genetic control of contagious asexuality, that's an aphid thing. That's not what I want. Asexuality development among middle-aged and older men. That's not really what I want. That scale in sex, not what I want either. Theoretical issues in the study of asexuality. I'm gonna open that. Okay. So this looks like it's... yeah, there's the full text right there. I like that it has romantic and aromantic asexuals. That's good. I feel like it's already seems like it's paying attention to a lot of the self-definition stuff that goes on. Has the different romanticisms. That's good. Looks like it has some good studies in there about who's asexual. It's about 1% of the population. Yeah, I'll probably keep this one. This one looks pretty good. Should probably save it somewhere. Can I open like a document on my Google Drive? And okay, I'll probably do that. I like using Google Drive because it's all online, and no matter what computer I use, I can always access it. So that's what I usually use for whatever school projects. Then go to college, Gender and Women's Studies, because that's what it is. That's what the paper is for. And then title the document Asexuality Citations. I'll probably put them in ASA format later. Then copy the link, paste it. Ooh, that's a long link. Hopefully I'll be able to get back to it. I'm gonna just try and open it again, because if I can't get back to it, that would be bad. Yeah, it takes me back to this page, which has the link to the full text, so that's nice. Then I'll close that tab because I've already looked at it. Archives of Sexual Behavior 1. This talks about the DSM, which I wonder if the DSM-5, which I think is the one that's currently being used, if I'm correct, it has asexuality in there as a mental disorder, because it says that the third edition did hypoactive sexual desire disorder. And that'd be something interesting to talk about, the stigma around it, that it's been defined as a mental disorder instead of just something that's kind of normal for some people, even if it's 1% of the population. So that would be probably good to use. I'll look through the rest of this later. I like just having them and then looking through them later, because if there's something I can use, there might be more than I can use, but if there's something I can use, I can just save it. So copy that, paste, and try and open it, because you gotta make sure that it can be opened. Yep. Opens. Gonna close that tab. And I think this is also the Archives of Sexual Behavior. Theoretical Issues in the Study of Asexuality. This talks about noted bias, which is good because I want to focus on the stigma. This article discusses what these current theoretical issues mean for the study of asexuality and sexuality more generally. Ethical implications, it talks about that. And directions for future research are suggested. That seems pretty useful. I just read the abstract. I'm probably not going to read the whole thing, not yet. So I'm going to copy that and paste it onto my document of stuff. This is a lot about sexuality and not a lot, or psychology, and not a lot about the rest of it. So I might need to find more sources on the stigma towards asexuals and societal implications. reconsidering asexuality and its radical potential. Interesting. This one, I think, HSDC or HSDD, which is, I think, the hypoactive sexual desire disorder. Yeah. Yeah, this is talking a lot about psychology, which is really interesting to me, but not necessarily what I want to do for this. This one's like, is asexuality an extreme variant of sexual desire disorder? I think that would be interesting, so I'm going to open it. I don't know if I'll use it. That's more about the P aphid, which is not what I want at all. The ciliate tetrahymena. What is that? I'm guessing it's the ciliate. It's probably an animal of some sort. So I'm not going to look at it. Ooh, I know where I could look. Could look at AVIN, which is the asexuality, visibility, and asexuality, visibility, and education network. That's what it is. So I'm going to open a new tab and look at that. I think it's asexuality.org. Just .org. That's nice. That's okay. It's a server not found. It might not be that. I'll go to Google. Type in AVIN, asexuality. Ooh, yeah, there it is. It is asexuality.org. I wonder why it didn't work. There's media and press. I don't know. Those aren't peer-reviewed sources, so that's probably not what I want. A French psychology training session on affection and sexuality recognizes asexuals in the World Watch thing, but that's not necessarily what I want at all. This is AVIN survey results. I don't know if that's peer-reviewed. This is interesting. It's a lot of demographics stuff with like some of its romantic orientation, birth gender, genderedness, which is nice that they have that. It's not just male, female, it's also genderqueer and transgender and all of that. I'm gonna make a note of this, but I'm not sure if it's peer reviewed, but it might be interesting to include in my paper anyway. Alright. I might just asexuality and research studies. I'm not used to this keyboard. Scholarly articles. Okay, I'm at 15 minutes.
I'm just gonna stop the recording, but